deep in thought then. He's having a good think. It's hard to work out what you got to say sometimes when you're talking at a camera. I feel like a bit of a prat, but yeah. So it's took me a little bit longer than I was planning on it taking to draw a winner for this video for this mouse, because I've had to come back to the real world and get to work and earn some money. But yeah, we've took all the comments off the bottom of the video on YouTube. And we've took all the names of the people. I've put them in the coffee pot of doom over here. And we're just gonna have a shake them up and just pick one out. To be honest, I'd have liked a few more comments, but I think it's become quite apparent that there's a lot of people that haven't got a YouTube account, probably don't want a YouTube account, because you have to sign in and you have to give your details and stuff like that to create an account, and you need an account to comment on the video. So I think this video obviously is for this spoon which I've done, and I'm doing that one as a giveaway as well. So we're probably going to open up open it up so people can comment on Facebook and Instagram as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's what we said. So
make it easier.
Make it a bit accessible for the people that don't, well, like I said, don't have a YouTube account. So Instagram, it's the Wood Fiddler, and Facebook, it's just Andrew Kirby. So have a look and I'll try and add you or do whatever you got to do.
We'll put the link in the video to the Instagram and Facebook, so then they can just click on it.
We will.
I will.
You will. That's more like it. Okay, so anyway, for the mouse, I had a look then. Don't want people saying I'm cheating.
Steve Harris.
Steve Harris. Now that looks mega fixed because I shout him out on every video I do, but yeah, that's it, man. Rules are rules, fair's fair. Steve, you've got another mouse to go on the collection, kid. So yeah, obviously, like I said, this video's this one. Leave a comment. Ideally, on the YouTube channel is the place that I'd like to have the comments. But Instagram and Facebook, I'll make my Instagram thing a public so you can comment on there. Yeah, so if you want a chance of winning this little beauty, carved out of a piece of, I think it's either plum or cherry, I can't remember which one I did it out of. Yeah, this one's up for grabs on the next one. We've actually got another video or two, is it? Pretty much already edited, so it shouldn't take me as long to put another video out this time because we're kind of ahead of ourselves a bit. But yeah, so hope you like the video. Thanks for watching. Right then, you little badgers. I haven't done a spoon for a while, so I think I'm going to probably go down that road today. Where I live, I've actually took a section of log off this same tree before. There's quite a big branch, and it's obviously fell off it's broke off the main trunk at some stage, and it's still sort of semi-connected but quite broke. So it still actually keeps for a good green log. It's not dead hanging or dead fall, which is basically where the branch breaks off and then it sits there for God knows how long and just dries out in the air. So it's in essence a seasoned log. It's still got fibres obviously that are still connected to the tree, so it's still drawing moisture and it's still got a few green leaves on. However, it does look a bit of a mess on the side of the path, so to save the council doing it, I've actually trimmed a little bit off there. I have took a small piece off there before, which I did this one and this one. So I might end up doing another one of these out of this, but I do want to make a spatula, so if I can get a piece out of this by the time I've cleaned it up and I've got rid of the pith out the middle and it's big enough to make a spatula, I might do that instead. So. Okay, so I've cleaned it down, and the pith, which is the centre of the wood, in this little piece of timber that I've got was quite offset, so by the time I've cleaned the pith out of the middle, I've ended up with a bit of a smaller blank than I thought I might do. So I think I am going to have to go with the idea of making another one of these little eating spoons. Now I've got a template here which I made off the first one that I did, because like I said, ideally I want to make a set of 4, so you know how it is when you got a couple of kids and you make one for one of them and then the other one wants one. Well, if everybody's got one, it's easier. So what I'm thinking is, I think I might use this basic design, which is one of these, but maybe try and make a slight alteration in the handle. I mean, as you can see on these ones, the handles are really dainty. I mean, they look really pretty and really slender and stuff, but I want to try something a little bit different. So I'm thinking about maybe having a slightly squarer handle, maybe with something at the top. I don't know, I'll see how it cleans up. And then maybe want to try and put like a little bit of a rope effect in it or something. So like I said, trying something a little bit different. There's a bit of a natural curve in the log, so where I've cleaned it out along the middle, that might actually work in our favour, because obviously if you think of a spoon, it's never straight, it wants a slight curve towards the tip. So drawn the spoon on there. These shoulder lines here where the spoon starts to get, well, the bowl comes from the handle to the bowl, it's a good idea to put a saw cut through there, so that when you're cleaning it down you don't split the side of your bowl off. So I'll do that quick. That's how these fruit trees carve lovely. It's almost like quite waxy, really tight grain. Beautiful. Beauty where I live as well, they're everywhere. Loads of plum trees. Loads of wild cherry trees. The video where I made the little labels for the garden, that was off a cherry tree, plum tree out the front of our house. We were making a trip round seeing him this year, make some jam. So a slight shape, roughed out sort of. What I should have done, which was what I was going to do first, was this wants a little bit of a flat spot, so it wants to come down and then have like a little bit of a level off, so that the, can you tell it's late? I can't string 2 words together. The bowl wants to level off a tiny bit, so obviously it's more comfortable when you get to put it into your mouth. So I probably should have done that before I drew the pattern on there, but like I said, tired. if there's anybody watching and there's something you'd like to see me have a go at carving for one of the videos, feel free to let me know. Because a couple of videos in, you know, you start to run out of a little bit of imagination. Before you start using up some of your ideas. So let's make it interactive. How's everybody's week been anyway? Everyone else been sat in their shed talking to themselves? Anybody else started a new hobby since they've been on lockdown? I'd be interested to know if anybody's watched any of these videos and thought, I'll quite fancy doing a bit of carving. It's therapy for a busy mind. Simplicity. Yeah, enough of that in today's world, I don't think. Definitely ain't enough of it in my flipping world. A little bit of time to sit and think. It's good. Changes people's perceptions and stuff. Changes my perception. Got me thinking about retirement anyway. Yeah, here's a story for you. Say story. The lovely Jodeline, aka Jodeline, aka my wife, has just started doing, I'll say started, she's been doing it for a while, but more practicing it so she can do it on other people. Reiki. Reiki. I'll tell you what, she done some on me the other night. Never felt so relaxed in my whole life. I think I'm turning into a hippie. She smoked the room out with a big bunch of sage. Just felt like I'd gone back 10 years. But we weren't sage. We weren't sage then. Gonna be a nice spoon, this is lovely grain. So that's it, all roughed out. So next step, hopefully, which I might have a little stab at tomorrow night if the kids are doing my head in, is I've got to hollow the bowl out, obviously, to make it into a spoon, and then flatten that top off while I'm there. Tiny little bit of clean up, maybe, a little bit of straightening out here or there, and then I'm going to have a little experiment, I think, with doing maybe some pattern or something on the, I don't know, I'll have a look on the internet, see what takes me fancy. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. We're back. I left you with just a roughed out blank. We've still got to put in the bowl. And I said I was going to have a look at a few ideas on the internet about doing something with a handle. So what I've decided to do is, I've seen this idea. This is something that I've just had a little practice on, and basically what I want to try and end up with is a bit of a rope effect. So it's basically little grooves going up slightly on the angle, and then they come round the corner and follow, and then they'll go round, obviously round all four sides, and then I'll just round the corners off to try and make it look like the rope. So that's the idea I think I'm going to go on this handle. So yeah man, let's get at it then. So just off the camera where I want the grooves to go, I've drawn these pencil lines going around it, obviously which way I want it to follow. So Beans has got a voice, I'm locking it in here. So now, these little corners, I've got to round them in a little bit to make it look a little bit more rope-like. So that's the next job. Okay, so I've put the grooves in all the way up on an angle, and then I've knocked the corners off so that they're just a little bit rounded. So that's it so far. I think for a first attempt that looks pretty good. Okay, so next job I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hollow some of the bowl out. So obviously, for those of you that don't know, this is a hook knife. This one. So, like I've said on some of my other videos, well, the carving video that I did, that there's a lot of people that kind of frown upon sandpaper and in like the hand carving world, which I can understand. Frowned on, it's probably the wrong word, but they try and get away from using sandpaper, and I can understand that, you know, it kind of forces you to be a bit more particular with your knife and a bit more particular with your strokes of whatever tools you're using, because obviously everything that you do is on show. So I can totally understand why that is, but well, generally that I'll try to go down that same road as well. I try to leave everything with a tool finish on there. I actually think it looks really nice, and you can obviously see that it's a hand carved piece rather than a mass produced sort of job. But with the spoons, what I tend to do is I'll sand the bowl, or give it at least a little bit of a rub just in the middle part there, because obviously you're putting this in your mouth, so if it's smoother, I'll just find the texture's just a lot better. I'll probably leave the back with all the little dinks on, because I like that tool finish. I mean, it looks kind of like a golf ball, you can imagine that. So yeah, I mean, the other thing is with this one, obviously with the ropey sort of pattern, it'd probably benefit from maybe a foil or something just running around the gaps, just to really kind of clean everything up and get everything so that it all runs symmetrically around. So I might touch it up with that, but yeah, generally, like I said, I don't normally use sandpaper. The only thing I do normally use before I oil it is one of these, which is almost like, imagine you scour a sponge thing that you have in your sink. This is like a little bit of a rougher version of that, so I'll normally, oh, it makes my teeth curl. But just give it a little buff just before I put some oil on there. Just kind of gets all the little hairy little fibres and stuff off. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much done and dusted. So I'm going to give that just a tiny little bit of a clean up, and then I'll bring it back to you and I'll show you when it's finito. See, I like using this one because it's a very fine abrasive. So it's almost like a really, really fine sandpaper. So it brings all the colour back to the same. If I've got like dirty, like, I don't know, almost like oil marks from where I've been holding it and stuff like that. But you can still see. And that's a super closer. The kind of working. The tool marks where I've been chipping away. Which some people like, some people don't. Me personally, I like. Oh, I'm really happy with how that's come out. That's it.